As the first and only member of the Psychedelics Exchange Trade Fund on the Canadian Securities Exchange, Entheon Biomedical Corp pioneers a cutting-edge addiction recovery solution that harnesses and optimizes the therapeutic potential of the N,N-dimethyltryptamine molecule, also known as DMT. Launched as a for-profit organization in January of 2021, Entheon is well-positioned to tackle such setbacks around addiction recovery. Leveraging emerging biotechnology with the primary focus on the DMT molecule, the biotech company aims to pioneer a cutting-edge addiction recovery solution that harnesses the therapeutic potential of patient-centric psychedelic medicine to remedy the underlying causes of substance use disorder. Thanks for watching Make Money Online. If you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications. Aside from technological advancements, the transition from millennials to Generation Z has been plagued with excessive alcohol and drug abuse. At the same time, the likelihood of a successful treatment against these addictions is relatively low, to the extent where the expectation of failure has become the norm in that regard. Hence, the need for a different strategy towards tackling the addiction issues began to sprout. Consequently, the need for an alternative approach to proffer a remedy against substance abuse and addiction grew even more. For this reason, Entheon Biomedical Corporation was created to develop a DMT-assisted therapeutic protocol that will be used to handle the underlying process involved in drug abuse, from drug acquisition to its usage, with a sole purpose to deliver an all-inclusive therapeutic protocol to serve as a vital resource for those afflicted with a substance use disorder seeking to redeem themselves in their health. Entheon employs a proprietary approach on all fronts, including scientific and methodological research to ensure addiction and mental health challenges no longer seem like an impossible, unending road. Powered by a steadfast commitment towards the significant improvement of overcoming addiction for people who otherwise do not think they can handle it. If patients go into recovery, Entheon can guarantee these users and their loved ones an almost 100% assurance that it will work, just as the company's ethos is built around redefining the low expectations of addiction treatment. In simple terms, Entheon is a medical organization focused on efforts in the biomedical sphere. Entheon Biomedical Corp has as its primary goal the aim to overturn the recovery ratio, hence speeding up the healing process in patients. The company exists to upend the untreatable case and lost cause from the standard to the exclusion. Through thorough research and academic partners who are constantly validating the Entheon process, the biotech firm is guided on the best clinical trials approach to employ, thereby optimizing the safety and efficacy of the Entheon service delivery and product design. Following that trend, Entheon has gone a step ahead of its peers to acquire Halogen Life Sciences, a commercial maker of genetic tests slated to distinguish between specific DNA biomarkers to estimate the danger and potential of adverse effects towards hallucinogenic drugs. The biotechnology research and development company also supplies production updates on its subsidiaries, such as Halogen Life Sciences. With the use of DMT, a potent psychedelic molecule that enjoys a reasonable history of research and therapeutic applications, DMT is a partial agonist to the 5-HT2A serotonin receptor, a chemical component produced and quickly metabolized by the body. As the ideal molecule for advancing emerging frameworks for psychedelic-assisted therapy, DMT appears to be the perfect hallucinogenic for such treatments, given the gradual, less jarring, and shorter lifespan of its effects. While other drugs last up to 12 hours with an even more adverse impact on the body, DMT is unique, well-tolerated, and endogenous in the human body. A systematic administration of the DMT dosage allows for an ability to control the duration and intensity of the DMT's effect during the titration of DMT into the body. The ability to control the titration process and the power to rapidly end an experience grant clinical physicians the ability to offer the therapeutic effects of hallucinogens in a much safer, more controlled, and patient-specific environment. And within seconds of administration, the DMT dose can affect perception and consciousness. At the same time, affecting neuronal activities and synaptic plasticity leads to an assisted therapeutic experience for the patient. By that, the process aids these patients to erase the problematic pathways, addictive feelings, and mental illness even, essentially aiding the process of facilitating the creation of newer pathways towards recovery. The Entheon team of medical professionals is experienced with a nuanced, individualized approach that considers all aspects of the patient's journey, including but not limited to the patient's preparedness, the comfort, and the ambience of their treatment environment. And after that, in the event of a psychedelic occurrence, how they can integrate the experience through talk therapy and post-care. The team behind the Entheon project share a personal experience in the long sufferings and possible loss of human potential fraught with failed attempts to treat such disorders that have continued to prove highly resistant to existing therapeutic procedures. Nevertheless, through scientific and regulatory pathways, Entheon was able to kickstart initiating clinical trials with DMT via its research-based contract partners. More so, the Entheon team has filed for provisional patents in connection with DMT therapy as an addiction treatment, and will be pursuing a complete health regulatory approval. Entheon is collaborating with world-class providers of such services in the psychedelic medicine space, predominantly in Canada. The biotech firm was recently included as the first North American psychedelic exchange-traded fund and listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange as ENBI, on the American OTC-traded securities OTC Pink as ENTFB, and the Frankfurt Stock Exchange as 1X1U1. If you want to invest in a biotechnology research and development company committed to developing and commercializing a portfolio of safe and effective DMT-based psychedelic therapeutic products, then check out the link in the description section below. Or visit the company's official website at entheonbiomedical.com. Entheon is leveraging key partnerships and proprietary technology just as they develop tools for therapists and clinicians to treat addiction and substance abuse disorders. The biotech company intends to generate revenue by selling its DMT products to physicians, clinics, and licensed psychiatrists in the United States, certain countries in the European Union, and throughout Canada, which would open a new profit stream when listed on the stock market and when the price of this asset is priced at above $1, about twice its current value. Given the adverse effects of addictive drugs on both individuals and the global public health sector, a predictive biomarker platform, genetic testing, and electroencephalogram or EEG analysis will enhance psychedelic therapy's worldwide safety and efficacy standards. As the only pure-play DMT biodevelopment company on the public market operating as a for-profit drug-producing firm, in addition to the company's numerous acquisitions investing with the OTC-traded securities, ENTBF would yield significant profits as expected. Founded with the sole purpose of reverting the drug addiction recovery ratio, Entheon is most likely the most innovative patient-centric solutions provider in the field of psychedelic therapy. Sign up now and become a part of a small but elite group of early investors with the first and only psychedelics ETF, pioneered by a band of financial experts engaged in investing with publicly listed companies in North America focused on psychedelic medicines. With the diversified exposure to the psychedelics industry, adding to the underlying index of the psychedelic ETF that measures the performance of these constituent companies, known as the Psychedelic Stock Index, investors are assured of an increased indemnification against loss. Having Entheon Biomedical listed on the US Stock Exchange as the first of its kind, as it's included in Horizon's Psychedelic ETF, investors are thereby expected to look forward to the potential for increased liquidity and awareness in the asset. Furthermore, given Horizon's reputation as the fourth largest ETF provider in Canada and the pioneer of the first cannabis industry ETF, Entheon's inclusion in this ETF signals the acceptance of and interest in both psychedelic treatment and investment. And as a proud partner of Entheon, I ask you to check out the company's website at www.entheonbiomedical.com. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on bell notifications. We also have a free Discord group where we share daily signals, and now you can also support us on Patreon. We have a special offer for our first 100 members, only $9.99 for our VIP Discord channels, where we share much more in-depth analysis and even one-on-one sessions. And make sure you check out the GSX competition for your chance to win big. Links are below, and if you have any questions, drop us a comment. And we'll see you next time.
That's how it goes. Hollywood perfect.